Okay. Therefore, as we read the book of Joshua, we read chapter 2, verse 1 to 24. And there is most good verse that I preferred from this chapter. And this is verse number 10, which says, we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you when you came out of Egypt, and what you did to Sihon and Og, the two kings of Amorite, east of Jordan, whom you completely destroyed. The one who is speaking these words is Rahab, and the Bible describes her as a prostitute. They say they entered the house of a prostitute named Rahab and stayed there. Always we do expect that people who can have the advantage of knowing God, of having faith, are the individuals who are full aware of the Bible, maybe, who attend the church every day. But here we do find that a prostitute who believed. How can a prostitute believe? That is the question. So many people ask themselves how a prostitute can believe. We use most of our time describing people due to their behavior, due to how they appear in the society. We do count ourselves as righteous instead of believing God and believe that every person can be a servant of God depending on the time. There is nobody who is permanent. Everybody can change depending with time. A person may change positively but also can change negatively. But regardless of the situation, every person he or she is a servant of God. How can you believe that a prostitute can be a servant of God? How can a spy, a chosen generation of God, decide to move to the house of a prostitute? You need to know that in every country there is people who describe and people who describe them as servants of God. You could have expected that this spy could have entered the house of a certain priest, a house of a certain pastor. But no, they entered the house of a prostitute. And you need to know that the purpose of God is not limited to your behavior. The behavior can change at any time, depending on the purpose. As I told you, that the servants of God, not necessarily that are those who preach to the pulpit. Rather, can be any individual who perform the will of God in a certain period of time, at a given place, with all the opportunities that he has. You need to make sure that you can serve God in any situation. Rahab said that we have heard the stories of your God, and we believed, but we are full of fear. In this time of fear, I chose to believe that this country will be yours and your God will be dominating on this place. Now what is happening? He said that please declare to me that when you enter the country, you won't destroy me, you won't destroy my parents, you won't destroy my friend, my household. Rather, you will spare them. And there we see that they were spared. This spy told her that, tie a rope, and when we come, we will see that and we will spare. The Bible says Abraham believed, and through that belief, through that faith, he was counted righteous. Therefore, righteousness of Abraham doesn't result from anything else, rather from believing. You need to make sure that in any situation you choose to believe.